I wanted to make a video on why I think it's kind of dangerous to teach people to read slowly. And I don't mean that you should teach people to speed read. I'm just saying to encourage people to read really slowly, like um because something happened to me when I tried that. Okay, so basically what happened is eventually in the middle of my schooling, I noticed I was reading so fast that I was missing things that were happening in the story, like sometimes even like a paragraph or two or something. You know what I mean. So what I decided to do instead was try and read things really slow, like until like slow as possible until not as slow as possible, but read things really slow so that my mind, when I read across the page of the words, my mind would visualize absolutely every sentence I was reading as much as possible, every single sentence. Um, and that made it so that what I mean to say is that resulted in me having extreme difficulty, like, um, moving past the end of a sentence every single time I had to move past a sentence because I'd start to feel like, oh, I need to reread that sentence because I don't think I fully comprehended what was said in that last sentence. You know what I mean? I do that every single time. And it made it really hard to move, past the sentences. Um, and when I got into my upper grades, it made that very difficult. If you can imagine that. So I've had to spend the rest of my young adulthood having to retrain my brain to to read fast again, um, and get my eyes to move past the sentences. um, and although like I forget some things, I notice that I'm able to comprehend a lot more than I have given myself credit for. And I think the main reason I didn't comprehend stuff before is because like more so because like I didn't have a strong grasp of the vocabulary words that were being used, and I didn't exactly quite understand what was being said as much as when I was younger, I think. But my point is I'm able to take in a lot. I'm able to comprehend a lot more than my mind gives me credit for. Um even if I forget some details, I can always just go back really fast and reread the paragraph. But yeah, I don't. I think it's really dangerous to encourage young people to read really slow, because if they've got they've got OCD tendencies, probably. I could be wrong, but if they've got OCD tendencies, I think that could be a bad idea because they'd be tempted to reread things over and over again until their mind is like, okay, this is perfect. I've got a perfect idea of what's happened or something, you know? I'm just saying. Like I said, I'm willing to admit I might be wrong about that, but for me personally, I think trying to encourage people to read at a, you know, fast, but like maybe not too fast, um, is probably better.